everybody, welcome to Hey, We're Talking. It's me, Scotty D, and we are sans Bob Peel, but we've got Derek Tant.
Hello!
Hello!
Sorry you're gone, Bob.
Yeah.
Sorry you're sick.
Poor Bob.
We'll talk more about it Wednesday while you're actually gone.
Yeah. We totally... That's the best part about doing it the way we do it. So we can always be like, we're going to talk about this on Wednesday, I promise. But what's funnier is when we say, I think we talked about that on Monday. That's better. All right. Again,
So it is Monday.
Yeah. When we pull the curtain back, and you know exactly how this whole thing goes, it's got to be more fun to know all the inside jokes, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's the most fun for me because I get to be the one. I'm usually the one that's pulling back the curtain and exposing the fraudulent practices of the Hey, We're Talking podcast.
I missed my total opportunity. I wasn't thinking about it, but I was like, isn't that what you think? And then I didn't go.
It doesn't matter what you think.
I missed my opportunity, but it was more. We were talking again in between before we did this show. We were talking about, Bob, don't take this the wrong way, okay? But what we're saying is when it's two people, the conversation bounces back and forth a lot easier. When there's three, you're waiting to give everybody a chance to talk. I usually am blabbering the most, like right now. But when there's two...
And it's no slight against Bob.
No.
It's just like it's a better show when it's just you and Bob without me.
Yeah, when
it's probably better.
When I do one with Mark Ensby, like if I do an extra one with Mark, it's like, you know, we just do because you're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'd probably be better if all three of us were like all together in the same room.
Yes.
You know, in a fun little studio, making each other drinks, giving each other high fives.
Like massages and stuff?
Yeah, I'd be like, all right.
Come up behind you. Hey, how you doing today, buddy?
All right, Bob, we're going to do this. We're going to flow naturally. It's going to be a great rhythm.
So if there's anybody out there who's like independently wealthy or like has family that, you know, are just stinking rich and you want all of us to be in the same room together, make it happen.
Yeah.
We don't want any weird stuff.
Listen, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, we know you love the show. All right, open those wallets. I know you give to a lot of charity, but give us money. Make us rich.
Yeah.
Let's buy houses like together, like on a lake, like 3 houses on a lake.
Yeah.
You know, we'll have jet skis and we'll have like a really cool recording studio, probably in Scott's house.
No, we don't want to be in the winter. I mean, that's tough.
No, we would all be moving to.
Oh, my studio would be in my house. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, we would all move like to a place, like to a lake. Right. We'd move to a lake, and we'd all have houses on this lake.
I like this idea.
We have like jet skis, and we're always out like, hey, you know, wave humping or whatever.
Wave
you do
humping? What?
Yeah, like it's like a jet ski, like the Wave Humper 3000.
Right. Okay, you know where we should go, though? You know what would be a great idea? Is find a nice area just outside of Nashville. Because then we'd be by your brother's, right?
Yeah.
You'd have that. Every once in a while, you'd get to go meet that guy again with the watermelon crawl guy or whatever his name was. No, that's the wrong guy. I always say the wrong guy. What's his name? Buck or something?
David Ball.
Yeah, David Ball.
You squeeze more juice out of that story than I do. That was like 6 years ago, man.
I know, but you met David Ball, man. What was his famous song? Do you remember?
Oh,
we ask you this every time. Yeah, Drake. I must admit, I've got a thinking problem. Yeah. I've never heard anything from him again.
That's the one.
But he probably made an. You know what the great thing is? If you can have that one song and you can get a pretty decent tour going, that's a good life.
Well, he had a couple of them actually. He had a couple of songs that were pretty well known.
Yeah. And
so he's doing well. Okay. He's fine. He's fine.
Good.
He's fine, but we're not. The Hey, We're Talking crew is not.
We
don't live
enough
in
money
the same area
to live on a lake in Tennessee, because that way we would still get a little bit of snow at Christmas. You could have a tender Tennessee Christmas. Amy Grant shout out right there. And Yeah, it'd be interesting because then you'd still be. We'd be far away from your family in Texas, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
He's like, well, maybe they might not.
I mean, they could. I mean, my parents could move.
That's true.
Like,
that would be great. But what about your grandma? Oh, dude, you're gonna have to bring her with you.
That's fine. She can live with Bob.
We need. I was gonna say we need a house big enough to hold Derek's grandma too, like a little grandma suite in the back. All right, so all you rich people, help us out. Before we go even further off the reservation here, let's talk about Numa Coffee. Chris Bean, he makes these beans. He roasts them. They're fantastic. Chris Bean's awesome. What else can we say about this guy? Go to numacoffee.com, PNEUMA coffee.com. And don't burp on Chris Bean, but put in the coupon code HWT for 20% off. Save yourself a good $200,000 if you spend $1 million on coffee. $200,000.
Absolutely.
We could get one of the houses on the lake. Well, not a very good one for $200,000.
It just depends on how crappy the lake is.
No, we want a good lake, and I don't want to go too far south on the lake on the lakes because, like, if we went to Florida or something, gators. I don't want any gators. I already hate the snake idea. I don't know if Tennessee has a lot of snakes, but I don't want snakes either. Michigan has snakes too, so I don't. How do you get away from these stupid things? Ridiculous. All right, Numa Coffee, HWT, 20% off. Now, let's chat about bourbon again.
Yeah.
I told Derek, Cheryl's not going to fully kill me, but she's like, okay, let's pump the brakes a little bit. It's kind of like when I got into the pipe smoking thing. You get that pipe thing where you're like, ooh, I like that pipe. It looks good. I've gotten
the pipe acquisition disorder, they call it. PAD.
Yeah. So I got
tobacco acquison disorder.
Exactly.
PAD.
Yeah. I got some recommendations from a friend of mine on some bourbons that I might like. And I went a little crazy. Not too crazy, but I ended up with like 6 or 7 in the last month or two, which is that's crazy.
That's not too bad.
Well, one of them
in the last 2 months, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, but I gotta be careful. I don't want to go too nuts, especially because that you eventually have to drink them too, and I don't want to become an alcoholic. I'm not going to, but
you don't have to. I mean, bourbon lasts a while.
I know, and it's good with age. It's good. There's nothing wrong with that. So, but one of the ones that I ended up getting is a really sought after bourbon. It's called Stag Junior. Have you ever heard of this?
Yes. You got one of those?
I did.
Me too.
I know. Have you tried it?
Yes, I tried it last night, actually.
And
well, tell me what you think.
Well, I haven't tried it yet. It's coming tomorrow or Monday.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, I got it from a guy on the Michigan Bourbon Facebook website.
Oh, okay. So curious, what'd you pay for it?
You're making me say out loud what I paid?
Oh, well, you can text me.
What would you think would be a good price? Let me ask you that. Because here's the thing people don't understand. Let's give them some background. Some of these bourbons are wildly overpriced because they're hard to get.
Yes. All right. So you're going to have your mainstays of your bourbons, which are mass produced, which actually is not a bad thing. For a bourbon to be mass produced, that's actually fantastic.
It's good for the consumer.
It's very high quality. Kentucky bourbon. Bourbon is it's highly regulated by the law.
Yeah.
And if you have anything that says straight bourbon whiskey or Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, you're getting a very high quality product that's aged at least 4 years.
Yep.
And you need that.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of these things are limited releases. They're seasonal. They only come out a few times a year, and one of them is Stag Junior. Stag Junior is it's put out by the Buffalo Trace distillery.
Yep.
And it is a barrel strength booze. It's basically the same recipe as Buffalo Trace. It's the same mash bill, but they pick like better barrel. Like it's like they find really good barrels that are like.
It's also even where they put it in the warehouse, right? Or in the what do they call that?
The rick house.
Yeah, the rick house.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Stag Junior.
It's aged longer. It's in better barrels. These guys at the warehouse, at the distillery, they're constantly tasting it, and they're like, "Ooh, this is really good. This is really good." Yeah. So this becomes Stag Junior. So Stag Junior is like a really, it's the baby brother of a
George T. Stagg, right?
George T. Stagg, yes, which is an annual.
Again,
it's an annual. Yeah, you're talking hundreds of dollars to find on the market. So Stag Junior, I tried it last night. It's potent. It's very high. It's high octane. It's about 60 something percent alcohol.
Yep.
It's like 126 proof.
Yep.
It is very
put some hair on
very
your
potent.
Chest. Yeah.
But it is very flavorful. There's a lot of flavor there. And they had it at a local liquor store. They've had it for like a month or so.
That's
at least.
Crazy. You should have got every bottle they had and sold it to people.
He was pricing it at $100.
What?
Yeah.
Did you buy it for that much, or you get it on sale?
I bought it for $100. I couldn't talk him down.
Okay. I did not pay that much.
So yeah. So there you go.
But
you did well.
But it is still, even if you got it at whatever the state minimum is. That's the thing that people have shown me through this Facebook group, is you can actually look up the state minimums for your state and make sure you're not getting ripped off. Because seriously, we had a guy on this group selling a bottle of Old Weller. I think it's the one you got. The
107?
Because that's pretty sought after too. People are really trying to get that. He had it up for like $600.
My gosh.
$600? I'm like, you got to be kidding me, dude.
Yeah.
I think that's brand new. It's only like $40 or $50, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I had that. I bought a couple of bottles of that, a liter of Weller Antique at that store for about $55. And even then I think it was a little overpriced.
Yeah.
And then the owner jacked the price up to $70.
Yep. See, people are really this is another one of those things that's like the cool thing right now, and people are really making hay on some of these prices for this stuff. It's getting out of control.
So here's what I'll say. This is a lot like pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
There's going to be these alcohols, these bourbons that are good, and a lot of times they're limited releases, but they're good, and they have a little bit of hype behind them.
Yep.
And so people are like, "Oh, this is really good." Just because something is good and it lives up to the hype, it does not mean that you need to pay more for it than it's worth.
Yeah.
You can find great bourbons you can find some excellent examples of bourbon in the $20 to $30 range.
Oh, for sure.
Like really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
And then some like top quality stuff in the $40 to $50 range.
Dude, Buffalo Trace for the 750 milliliters is only $25.
Yeah. It's a great little.
And Buffalo Trace is great.
That's an excellent little sipper. And, there's a lot of, and like Old Granddad 114.
Yeah.
That's in the $25 range. That's
there's tons of them.
So, and then you can get into the, the $40 and $50 range, when you're talking about some barrel strength stuff like Wild Turkey Rare Breed and Knob Creek stuff, After that, it's diminishing returns.
For sure.
After that, you're not going to be, it's not really going to be worth paying. It's not going to be worth it to pay $100 for a bottle of bourbon. I mean, I'm happy I got the Stag Junior.
Yeah.
But is it 4 times as good as like Old Granddad 114?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. It's good. It's good, and there's some flavors in there that are really nice, and it's warming, and it's like a great it really kicks it kicks your flavor palate in the dick. I mean, it really
what the heck?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's there. There's a lot of flavor there, but
oh my gosh,
there's a lot of great flavor in Old Granddad 114. There's a lot of good flavor in Wild Turkey 101, Jim Beam Black.
Yeah,
there's a lot of great stuff out there.
I totally missed my opportunity for another good drop when you said kick them in the what?
Kick them in the
what?
In the dick.
It's not working.
It's not working.
Oh. What a bummer. Oh, there it goes. Okay, sorry.
So I would say try not to go down this road of
no.
It's a lot of fun to hunt down bourbons and find them, find rare releases, but don't overpay.
Yeah.
Don't overpay.
It's again, it's one of those things. It's a first world problem for sure to be spending money on stuff like this is quite ridiculous in some ways, but it's fun. I mean, it's just another hobby type of a situation. So whatever. So yeah, I'm going to slow down on that. And especially again, like I said, I can't drink all this stuff quickly by any means. So.
And you don't need to.
No.
That's the beauty of it.
You can keep it for a while. That's the good thing.
These bourbons are meant to be sipped and savored and enjoyed.
Yep.
And that's what you need to do. I would get you a nice glass to drink out of. Yep. And sip them. Don't shoot them. Sip them.
Oh, I know. And no shooting at all. Absolutely.
Well, I've been making some cocktails.
Yeah. Let's talk about that because I was going to get some stuff. My friend Josh, who listens to the show and got me on this whole bourbon kick, he makes old fashions. And so I was looking at getting the stuff to make an old fashioned. So what are you making?
I made a Manhattan.
What's in a Manhattan?
A Manhattan is basically, it's like 2 ounces of whiskey or 2 parts whiskey, 1 part sweet vermouth, and then like a couple of dashes of bitters.
Okay. And did you like it?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. And I forget how an old fashioned goes because it's like
it's a couple of different bitters that go in it, and then orange and simple syrup and a cherry.
I made some simple syrup.
You made your own?
Yes, I did.
How do you do that?
It's very simple. You just I made
hence the name, right?
Okay.
Well, it's like made heavy simple syrup. 2 parts sugar, 1 part water.
There you go.
You just mix it up in a pan, like over some medium heat, and let it dissolve completely. And I just added it to a little squeeze bottle, and you can just.
There you go.
But I made a whiskey sour yesterday.
And
I made a whiskey sour. So this is it's like 2 ounces of whiskey.
Yeah.
So I got Buffalo Trace.
Uh-huh.
About 3/4 of an ounce. 1/4 of an ounce of simple syrup.
Yeah.
Which I used.
Uh-huh.
Half of a lemon, which you squeeze the juice out of it. And then an egg white. Egg white.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I watched the Modern Rogue episode of how to do a whiskey sour. Yeah. And I even had a little cocktail shaker thing. Yeah. Put it in, throw some ice in there and doing the little thing where you're like
an egg white.
Yeah, an egg white.
Why?
It adds protein. It adds texture. It adds like frothiness. Ugh. It was good.
For fat dummies.
It was pretty good, and you're putting it in like alcohol. So what are you worried about?
Cook it?
No,
that's disgusting.
It's not disgusting.
Why are you Rocky Balboaing your drinks?
It's not the egg yolk. It's the white.
Ugh.
It's not the yolk. You just
like meringue or something. What are you doing with it? You have to put an egg in a whiskey sour?
A whiskey sour, yeah. This is a traditional whiskey sour. It was good.
You've soured me on the idea.
Come on, you should be open to this.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have a cocktail shaker?
I don't know if I do. I might.
I mean, you should probably See if you have one.
Okay.
Watch that episode of Modern Rogue and make it. You've got
what
Buffalo
is the name
Trace.
of
this? It's a YouTube channel called The Modern Rogue.
The Modern Rogue.
Yeah, you need to see that. You need to watch that. Those are really cool dudes.
All right.
Yeah.
Really cool dudes. All right, and then and they do an episode. They're based out of Austin, Texas.
Oh. Is it those guys is it the sommelier guy and the mooch?
They are friends.
Okay. That helps.
They are friends. They are friends with the whiskey. Yeah.
Because that's one of the people that I just stumbled upon when I started looking at the bourbon stuff. So, okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
So, yes.
All right. Well, we're Wednesday. We're definitely going to share some really fun stuff with you. I just have a feeling it's going to be fun.
Absolutely. It's going to be
a great conversation. So don't miss that. Until then, we'll talk with you soon and enjoy Tuesday.
Fat dummies.